Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Sports Card Madness. This is LZ. I'm here with Nick, and today it is the good, the bad, and the ugly of the National.
Dun,
Nick,
dun,
how you
dun.
doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. We are recording this like it's like Monday after, the craziness of the National. So
Are
we're
you
back.
licking your wounds?
I am, man. I'm still getting caught up on sleep, and I cut my trip short, so I have no excuses, man. But it was a wild ride. We'll get into some of the crazy stuff. I pulled something crazy off. We had a crazy party. You had
Mm-hmm.
a crazy encounter with,
Yeah.
an
Mm-hmm.
athlete. Like we'll talk
Yeah.
about all this stuff, man. It's gonna be
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So where to begin? Actually, I know where we want to begin. So I said the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're probably going to go in a little bit of reverse order a bit here. I would like to start
Are you a
with,
bad news first kind of guy?
yeah, bad news first. Let's get it out of the way, everybody. Okay, come on now. Let's talk about logistics, like leading up to it, how it went. And I know you actually did a reel. I thought it was a very professional reel. I think any feedback is good feedback, Nick, I will
Yeah.
say. And I thought you did it professionally. But let's talk about the recent reel you did. And I actually want to weigh in on it too, as well.
There was kind of a gaping hole in the National this year, in my opinion. And that gaping hole has a name. His name is Ray Schulte. For those that don't know, Ray has run comms and logistics for the National for quite some time. Everything from managing athlete relations to who's going to sponsor the lounge to getting people to talk about the National and give away
Yeah.
passes.
Promotions. Yeah.
And
Hmm.
I think it's important to understand what we did last year and then
Yes,
what we did this year.
exactly. Which is
So
why I think this is good to start. Yep.
yes. So
Hmm.
last year, we did a pod with Ray in like May, getting people amped up. We did another pod with Kayla Collects in like June, getting people
Hmm.
ramped up. We were given 5 VIP tickets to give away last year,
Yeah, we gave away a lot to the fans last year.
and we were
Yeah.
giving away, I don't know, 10 regular tickets or
Hmm.
something like that.
Hmm.
Every one of those tickets came with some form of content, whether it was a podcast or a reel on
Yes.
Instagram or something promoting the National and
And Nick,
discussing.
before you go further, we actually had other podcasts too. Not only Kayla, we had Alex on to talk, Alex Tressler to talk about
Right.
the National. I think we had two other people. If I
We're
remember
missing
correctly, I think
somebody.
it was like four times. We had Ray on twice.
Yeah, we did have him on twice. And
Yes.
then leading up to the show, we did a pre-national, we did a
Hmm.
halftime show at the National, and then we
Yep.
did a national recap. And then on
Hmm.
top of that, we did a video every single day recapping that.
We did.
That's what we did last year.
Hmm.
This year, it's like going from HDTV to black and white, what we did. And it's not our fault. We
No.
wanted to do the same, if not more,
Mm.
but the exposure or the interactions with the media team made it nearly impossible.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to embellish on that or
No,
me.
I do. I do want to embellish. If again, I doubt anybody remembers this, but I want to say, actually, it was like an April time period. Um, I went to a card show and I had feedback on it, and I met with somebody from this team from the National, and we had a great conversation. And I remember coming on this show and saying, "Hey, I had a great conversation with the national team. They got a lot of exciting things headed to the National.
Right.
We're going to be doing some things with them." Because the conversation I had with this person was, yeah, Larry, we're going to do this or we're going to do that together. Like, reach out to me right after. But Nick, it was like immediately after that meeting, absolute crickets.
Ghost. Yeah.
Absolute crickets. Emails, texts, DMs, phone calls, nothing.
I was ghosted for about 6 months from the team, which is insane because,
Yeah.
I was personally asked to help them with several other things, ancillary things last
Mhm.
year. And I don't know, it's just one of those things. If you're busy, just say you're busy.
Right.
And
Mhm.
and then this led, it started to snowball, right? We never really got to do an episode leading up to the National because we didn't know the details for the
Yeah.
National. And that's a
Mhm.
problem. And then when we were there, we're kind of like, well, where do we need to be? Do we even have media? We
We
submitted,
didn't know. We didn't know until a couple days before, Nick, that
yeah,
we even had passes.
you did the submission. When did you do that? Like just
Oh, like as
December?
soon as it came out, as soon as everybody got the email to do a submission, I did it.
So we submitted in December and we had no idea until 3 days before. And that is, I'm not going to name them and get them in trouble, but there was an individual that helped us,
Yeah.
assured us that there were media passes. And if it wasn't for that individual, me and you, like, we were going to go anyway, But
Sure.
like a rational person that was going there just for media probably wouldn't go and book the flight and get on the
Right.
flight. And so like that's leading into this thing. And then it comes to a crescendo where I always push the envelope a little bit. Okay. So I show up on Tuesday because I have a crazy card deal that we'll talk about in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And there were thousands of people walking around with, without badges, okay, coming in and out of all kinds of nooks and crannies and doors. And I'm like, hell, my hotel is right here. Just gotta walk over. And I just kind of walked around inside. I wasn't stopped. It was all good. And then I made a mistake on the Instagram Live. I said I snuck into the National, and I got some
Oh.
crap for that.
Oh, maybe that's why. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So
Okay.
I didn't sneak in. I walked in like the other thousands of people that were just meandering around. And again,
Right.
I had no idea when I was or wasn't allowed in because I never received
Why
emails.
would you, Nick? We didn't get anything from them.
And then I was told to look at the back of my badge. I was never told. I didn't have a badge to look at.
Nick.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I
Nick,
just,
was the name on your badge correct?
oh no, my name. You can't say your. So I was Nick Alexander. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
And
And my son's first name was Barry.
let's just say yours was the only name that got right.
Yeah, it
And
was.
then,
It was the only name.
yeah, yours
Yeah.
was like his was like Smith Barry type of thing. And I mean, that's embarrassing. Like, let's just say, I mean, this is a podcast, so who cares, right? But like, let's just say we're recording something like a real video. That's like ridiculous to not have your name on your badge.
I
And
know.
it's crazy and it's unfortunate because I didn't know where I needed to be or where I could be or anything really. And it really hampered our ability to film content at the National. We still pulled it off.
Yeah.
We'll get into
We
some
did.
of the stuff we did later. We still pulled off some really good stuff that went quite viral and got a lot of views somehow magically out of this mess. Vent over.
Yeah. So, all right, I do want to get into a conspiracy theory, but yes,
Oh,
I
yes.
want to add a little bit of disappointment, Nick. To your point, we had some great moments throughout the week, some very viral moments that we will get into.
Yeah.
And I think for every one of them, let's call it at least 80%, we tagged the National as well.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they didn't grab any of it. None of
One
it.
of them involves like a top 5 athlete in the world.
I would, yeah,
Top two?
you could say top 2 athlete in
Top
the world.
2,
Nick.
3, yeah.
You could say top 2. But so now I do want to preface before I get to the conspiracy theory, everybody. The listeners may be saying like, "Cry me a frickin' river, guys.
You got it in
Cry
for
me
free.
a river. You guys ended up getting your badge, and you know what? You guys poke the bear a lot, and maybe they just don't want to work with you, but they let you in. But aha, everybody, we talked to many, many other content creators and people.
I want to
who had
quantify that
maybe
word many,
Yeah.
LZ, real quick.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 50 plus
50 plus.
between the two of us.
50 plus media members, and they all had very similar experiences.
I had some come to me. I got nothing to do with it. They're like, have you heard from like Ray? What's going on here? Like, I have no idea what's happening. Like, no idea. That's awful. I mean, I don't know, man. I've been a management consultant, so that stuff drives me nuts. And you
Yeah.
have project management in your background, and this probably drives you nuts too. So,
It
yeah,
absolutely drives me nuts. It's
It's-
just, I don't know.
they could use Ray next year.
They could. I do think they were going through growing pains. Apparently, they used like an outside firm to help kind of with these comms this year,
I
and
saw
it just didn't.
it didn't work.
Everybody,
They had they in mid show they sent an email saying like, here's a text chain we can all get on. I gave my number. I was never on that text chain. Let's hear your conspiracy theory though.
conspiracy theory. We know for sure that you have poked a lot of people, and we have poked a lot of people. Let's call it over the past 365 days.
Yeah.
One of those people or companies in particular, Nick, is Whatnot.
Yeah.
I would take a guess that Whatnot was probably the biggest sponsor at the National.
Yeah.
If they weren't number one, they were number two.
Two
it's
or
either
three,
them or
yeah.
PSA. It's either them or PSA. One or two. So you're walking around filming. You went over to Whatnot. You did a little feedback there, and you went on. My theory is somebody at Whatnot saw it, and they reached out to the National.
You know, like
that is my theory.
yeah, like security, like for the president, would be like Eagle 42,
Mm,
to the left, to the left.
yeah.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, jokes on that. It's like
I mean,
I
money makes the world go round, Nick, right? And when a sponsor complains, things happen. So
yeah, I mean,
that's
unless they have facial recognition, blocking me, I'm gonna get into the national every year. So I mean, sorry, whatnot.
yeah.
You
I mean,
know?
well, yeah. I
I
know,
mean, and
I know.
hopefully next year we can rectify this with the media, so we can do the amount of content we did last year. But we should flip this into the good stuff that we did,
Yeah,
because we
yeah.
had a lot of
We
awesome.
did, we did. All right,
Uh,
so that was the ugly.
yeah, that
So
was. Are we done with the
let's.
ugly?
Yeah,
We
I don't even
sure.
know if there'll be any bad. Maybe the
Yeah,
bad is the Wi-Fi didn't work as well as I had hoped it would. It was still okay,
it
but it
was
could have
decent.
worked better.
I'm gonna actually
Could have
shout out
worked
to the
better.
air conditioning team. It was pretty good.
AC was fantastic.
Shout out to
I had my
attendees.
sweatshirt on. I had my sweatshirt on for one of the days.
People listened about the deodorant, man. I feel
Yeah.
like people smelled halfway decent.
Trade nights, not so much,
See,
Nick.
I was
Trade
there
nights.
earlier in the week, so maybe they
Yeah.
ran out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
No,
didn't go to
man,
the trade nights,
we can
which
add
was
that to
nuts,
the
by the
back.
way. We got to talk about that crap at the
Yeah.
hotel, man. That was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
But
the hotel was crazy. All right, so talk about the big deal that you did. The kind of the whole one of the big reasons
whew.
why you traveled out to Rosemont in Chicago.
All right. So I got in 1986 Fleer Jordan rookie signed out there 2 years ago. This guy has a brother that has the 101 star card signed. I've got it holding up. It is in a PSA slab. This
So you
card,
already got it slabbed.
yeah, so that's
Hmm.
cool. I did the deal. I actually flew in Tuesday to do the deal because I wanted just some quiet. Because it's
Yep.
cash, cash deal, hotel room, pretty wild stuff. And he's got a binder of things, and he's we had a good relationship. We had a good talk. I know he has another 86 Flair for you. There's somebody that we both love that's in the 86 Flair group that will never get anything in that binder. I just want to make sure that's clear again. So it was really cool. We did a great deal.
Mm.
And I actually reached out to Ryan Hogue, the president of PSA, because you do not see these autographed too often. For those that don't know that are on audio, this star card that I'm holding up, they only made 4 to 5 thousand of these. They were at stadiums and team bags, stuff like that. They are very scarce. And then autographed, it's like forget it. It's like maybe 20 or something like that. Way less than Fleer.
Mm.
So my initial plan was to go to Steve Grad, who is a friend of the show, friend of ours, and said that auto is good. And I was going to have him slab the Beckett sticker on that thing and then send it to PSA. But Ryan said his autograph guy looked at it and it looked good to him, like submit it for review, which
Nice.
was not cheap.
No.
We'll say. So this is
I
kind of
got a
a
story around that, a different story. Go on.
so this is
Yeah.
a very good thing for the National. This is actually one of the better benefits of the National, in my opinion. This is a six-figure card now, slabbed. Okay,
Mhm.
I submitted it in person. I did not have to ship that. I did not have to insure that. I submitted at like the $2,400 level, and then I got the upcharge to $4,000.
Yeah.
But the good thing is they turned it in 4 hours because I had a flight on Thursday, and it's in a PSA slab. And I could cry about that $4,000, but I thought about it. It's like, insuring that thing two ways is going to go over $4,000 easy,
Mhm.
and you have the risk of the post office. So basically, this is me handing it to the president. The president personally walked it over. And then the thing got graded. And no, I didn't get a 10. There's no conspiracies here. It's a 3.57. So they fairly graded the card
Yeah.
and the autograph. I thought maybe a 4, but I'm not going to pout too much because I got a killer deal on it. And
Yeah, and the autograph is better than we thought it was too, right? A 7. That's
I
better
said
than we thought.
4.6. It's a 3.57. So
Mhm.
whatever, I'm good. So that was that was half the reason I went to the national.
Yeah.
So it was nuts. It was
So
really nuts.
around the Jordan, so I'm standing in line at PSA because I did some submissions, and I'll talk about that in a second. And I'm standing next to a guy with an MJ, a raw MJ, 1986,
Whoa.
and he's like, "Hey, yeah, I'm just starting to get into this.
What?
I pulled this out of my box in my attic. My friend said because he knew I had this set that I should really start thinking about getting these authenticated. I've never even done this before, so he was like picking my brain. And of course, like I'm like, this thing's fake, right? So I'm like, hey, let me see the card. And I flip it over and I see the white dot on the back, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I think this is actually real. I think you're good. And we did not talk about price, and I'm kicking myself for not talking to him about what they were going to charge for it.
A lot.
So we get up to the counter and he's next to me at the other representative. And the representative is like, "Oh yeah, sir. All right, so you filled this out incorrectly. This form, it's actually not going to be like $45. It's actually going to be, I think he said like 4,000." And the guy was like, "What? What do you mean it's going to be 4,000?" And he nearly fainted. He nearly fainted.
This is what's keeping some of these cards in raw condition, by the way, which is good for
Yeah,
people like me and you. You
yeah.
know, that guy didn't ever want to get this graded because it's friggin' 4,000. I
It's a
mean, that's
lot of money.
no joke. The only reason I paid that factor into the cost, right? Like I did not. I paid a really, really good price for this, and it's fine. But
Yeah,
whew, man,
yeah.
what's cool though? You could do it all on that app and punch it through, and then there was a QR code. That's how I did mine. It was pretty sweet. No forms for me.
Oh, nice. You did it
But
on
it was
your
only
app
one
and then
card. I
showed.
wasn't doing what you're about to talk about.
Yeah. So, I will give a bit. You were talking about Ryan, and just him helping you out. I did talk to another representative at PSA because I was nervous. I was bringing the 1997 Pinnacle WNBA basketball autograph. Let's call it
Is
half
that the
set,
first WNBA?
first ever.
Okay.
It's the first set, the first ever set, 1997 Pinnacle. You can call that vintage. That is vintage WNBA. So I have half of it so far autographed, and I was very nervous to bring this over because I really haven't seen too many of these slabbed. I was worried that many of them were not going to be in the database. So I met with a great representative over there. He's the head of autographs. He sat down with me. He looked at him. He was very actually honest, and he's like, "Larry, to be honest with you, like some of these we've never seen before. So like we'll have to do our research and try to find them." But he gave me reassurances that, hey, we'll keep it safe. It was the right thing to do to bring it in, because I was nervous. I didn't want to ship something like that. So
That's a
good
ton of
experience.
cards.
It's a lot of cards.
Well, I
It
mean, hey,
is.
that's good because you're the first, and maybe you won't be the last. So, I mean, there's a first time for every
There
autograph.
has
Like,
to be.
there was a
Yeah,
first MJ, there was a
there
first
was.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, Nick. So
So,
when I'm filling them out for anybody who's filled out on PSA, you talked about how you did the app, right? You go in and you start filling out names, and then you can do autographed, and you can put the same name. And I submitted, I think it was 42 of them. Oh, Nick, I want to say maybe 25 are in their database.
I had this
That's
problem with
it.
Garbage Pail Kids during 2020. I was getting them signed by all sorts of artists. They're
Yeah.
like, "Who's this dude?" They just won't. I've got a Goonies card signed by the producer who's actually in the movie, and they're
Hmm.
like, we don't know
So
him.
did they not authenticate it though?
Yeah, they don't charge you. They just say like, so they just charge you for the shipping, and they just say
Okay.
N. It's
Yeah, I
not
hope I
N9,
don't
it's not
get.
N0, it's
No,
N
I don't want
something.
that though, Nick. I want them to use mine as the database. These autographs are good, man. They're good.
They
They're
should
good. They're
because
good.
it's a good. I mean,
Yeah.
you're setting a good example for these
Yeah.
cards. So.
All right, let's talk. So that was a good experience. Especially for you. Geez, that card, man. That's a beautiful card. Actually, real quick, are you going to sell that card?
Here's my problem with this. I paid the ratio. I'm a math guy. I paid so little for this relative
Yeah.
to the value that it became.
Mhm.
It's like being in Vegas and you're up. I'm making up numbers. This is not what I'm up. Okay. I'm just making up fantasy numbers, but you're in Vegas and you're up 100 grand. You've got to take like 75% of that off the table. You can't just
Mhm.
like, da, 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 da. Like, what if Jordan just starts signing tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, you
Invite.
can't sign like this because that's 1988 signature. Um, and I have been I have been contacted by I counted 37 people, including a celebrity, to buy this card. So I'm just gonna be like chilling for a couple weeks, and
Yeah.
when I'm
Just
ready, I'm
assess it
ready.
all.
It's very clear now. It's gonna be a private sale. I'm not gonna need an auction, which is
Mm.
great. I don't have to
Yeah.
pay fees.
That's
Oh,
great.
hey, Ken Golden, if you're listening, maybe we can talk. We'll see.
There we go. There we go. There we go, Ken. All right. Speaking of private, let's talk about our private party.
The party.
Let's talk about our madness party.
That was fun,
Uh,
man. You
what
did a
do
lot of grunt work. I was so tired.
well,
Oh,
your
actually, no, cousin Eddie did a
showed
lot
up.
of the grunt work, and your son.
My son did a lot of grunt work, and I did a lot of grunt work. We were
Man,
just trying to. We had you like in the back getting like a vitamin B. What do you call it?
yeah,
you had the
NAC and
IV.
vitamin B, zinc.
You had an IV in there. But no, seriously,
Yeah,
no, it wasn't that bad.
my
Everybody.
autoimmune stuff was really having great timing, but I was good. I was good. I survived.
Yeah.
I mean, we had everybody there from CEO, president of Upper Deck to Michael Rubin was there for an hour. I'm
I
like,
know he
man,
said. I thought he was only going to stay for like 15 minutes. He
yeah,
stayed for an hour.
I know. Yeah, he seemed tired from the show and stuff, and he kind of told me, he's like, all right, Nick, I can open these packs and then I'm gonna bounce. But then he's like, he started opening the packs. I feel better. I feel better
Yeah,
now.
he's feeling the adrenaline.
Of course. So
That's it, man.
he,
That's why we're all addicted to ripping packs, just
yeah,
like Michael Rubin,
you can
right?
see, actually, we did post a video of this stuff on the YouTube channel. So if you're on audio, you want to watch any of this, it's on there. It's on my Instagram, Boston Card Hunter, as well. We ripped 386 Fleer packs with Michael Rubin. Um, should we spoiler alert what we got out of them or make them go watch the video?
No, you got to watch the video,
All right,
everybody.
we
Some
won't
good
tell you
cards
what
in
we
there.
got out of it. The other cool thing we ripped was the $25,000 box of 97 metal, which is my personal favorite, like 90s, like non-1986 Fleer set. Got some crazy stuff out of that. That was like, it was cool. Like for me, the insights from that were Michael Rubin couldn't tell what was an insert and what wasn't in the 97 metal set. And that tells you how high quality and how well produced that particular set was. Even me, I know the cards. I was like, is that a base Kobe? You know, it's like it's shining. You know, it was so interesting to rip that. Yeah, it was fun, man. With food, drinks, we had all kinds of people there. It was crazy.
The sponsors. It was great. It was a great event for the sponsors. One of the things we did is we kind of had this bingo thing where you had to go around and talk to all the sponsors. It was a way of kind of getting people to mingle. And I think the sponsors really liked it. I think a lot of people went to the tables. Yeah, it was just a great.
Steve
You know,
Grant came. That was fun. Trying to think who else. Like, yeah, it was a good time.
yeah, for me it was just I was humbled by the whole thing, Nick. I
Yeah.
really was. If you think about us starting this podcast 2 years ago, and 2 years later we had this party with past guests and listeners and fans and um, hobby celebrities. It's a pretty humbling experience. So
Yeah, it was
that
fun.
was really cool.
We
It
raised
was
money
really
for
cool.
charity too. I
We
do
did.
want to shout out Fanatics real quick on that. So
Mm-hmm.
I did not ask them this at all. I had no expectations of them coming in, and we were trying to rip 86 Fleer packs to get a Jordan to donate. If it came out, I was going to donate it to Boston Children's Hospital. And then along the way, I don't know, it's just like the middle of the metal rip. Michael Rubin's like, you know what? How's 10 grand sound? Like, let's just donate 10 grand. Let's just make it happen. He hooked me up with this guy. We're going to do that this week. So, I mean, that's cool. Like, he didn't have to do that, you
No,
know?
he didn't.
10 grand is a decent chunk of money.
It is.
Even for Fanatics, Michael Rubin, that's a lot of money. So I really appreciate that. I wanted to shout it out. And we actually also had somebody from the NICU at Boston Children's at the party, which he was like, he's like, this is so cool, you know, and it was really thankful. So that was actually kind of my best moment of the party for me personally. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, except you neglected to tell me until like 6 hours later after Ruben.
There were people that
told you.
came and went from that party, and I didn't even engage. You know, we had
know, I
105 people, and it was like a wedding, man. Me and you, I barely
really
saw
was.
you. I was ripping an Eminent soccer box with like the biggest UK soccer breaker 1 minute, and then I'm like hanging with Steve Grad for another minute, and then it's just crazy. So
It was a wedding.
It was a
I
wedding.
actually-
Like I didn't get to eat. The hostess was like, "I'll make you a plate," and I'm like, "My wife won't accept that. Like,
No.
I'm gonna make myself a plate. It's okay."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I was thinking back about how it felt like the wedding with people that I did not interact with, that I know showed up.
Yeah, I feel
and
bad.
I didn't talk to.
Yeah, like I
Because we were just
know,
so
like
busy.
Mike Gio from Nonsense was at the party, and
Yeah.
Jesse showed up. I saw him.
Wait a
Jesse's
minute, Jesse was there?
Yes, I saw him.
Oh,
'Cause
no.
Jesse's a big dude, right? And
Oh,
I
my
never
God.
shook his hand or anything, and I kept
Oh,
trying to
I
get
didn't.
over, and I kept getting intercepted. But we should talk about. There was another audible that Michael Rubin called.
There was. So I was gonna give another shout out to Michael. So we're there raising money, and Michael did another kind of generous thing, and we had a very expensive pack, a 2000 SP Authentic, which is Brady's rookie year. It is arguably his best rookie card. In there is, his I think it's number 185 is probably in a PSA 10. Shoot, that thing's probably at least 20 grand plus. I'm thinking closer to maybe in 50
And if
grand
it's
plus.
signed, you could
But
probably
if it's signed,
10x
it's like
it. He
it
won't
could
sign
be-
that. You're not even allowed to really. But
No,
yeah.
but then there's also an autograph version in there too, Nick, and who knows, that's just funny money what that thing
Yeah,
could
yeah,
go
yeah.
for.
Yep.
So Michael pulled an audible. We were ready to rip that card with him, and he
Crack
was
it
like,
open, actually.
yeah. And he's
Crack
like,
it out of the
you know
case."
what? He's like, we're not opening this today. He's like, you guys are opening this on the stage with Brady tomorrow. And it was like, whoa.
What? And I was like, "But Michael, my flight's at 1:00 tomorrow."
And you know what I said, Michael? Michael, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm around.
But then I was like, you know what? And for the audience that doesn't know and hasn't been following since the beginning, LZ worked at the Patriots since you were 16.
Yeah, 16.
Do I have that right?
Yep.
From 16 to like basically your real
23-ish, probably.
Yeah, your first real job,
Yep.
like basically. So you worked
Yeah.
at the pro shop. You were a really tight season ticket holder. So in my mind, I'm like, it's meant to be.
It's meant to be. It's meant to be. That's right. So the next day at 3, I think it was like 4:00, myself and Brian Kuntz, who actually is the one who donated. Shout out to
Jason
Oh,
Kuntz.
I'm sorry, Brian. Jason, give me a break.
Brian.
Jason. Where did Brian come from?
I don't know.
Jason. Shout out to Jason. Jason donated that pack.
And an 86 Fleer pack.
Unbelievable. Yeah, he donated the 86 as well. So myself and Jason went up on stage with Tom Brady, ripped that pack.
Yeah.
It was a viral moment.
I want to talk
it was
about that
great,
in a minute.
It was a great moment. I gave a shout out to Fanatics when I was up on stage because that $10,000 and the hope was that we were going to pull a big card, pull another
We
big
had
card.
the worst
Worst
luck, dude. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to watch the video.
Yeah.
I have to get that on YouTube too. I'll get the Brady one on video if you haven't seen it yet on Instagram. But it was another special moment for us and for the show.
Yeah, so
as well. So
let's talk about the media for a second here. So we tagged the National and everything. I submitted that card with Ryan. This was the first reel. That's at 50,000 views and almost 1,000 likes right now without the Nationals' help. That went viral. You know, that's 18,000 is like a big hobby reel. It's got 45. Ripping 86 Fleer with Michael Rubin is at a solid 35 to 40,000. Again, without the Nationals' help, they did not accept or like tag or share the story or anything.
Yep.
Last year, they shared everything. That Brady one is at 20,000.
25.
Yeah, at 25. And God knows how many other people have picked it up, right? Like, it's wild. How, if you're the National Card Show, like, so we got the press release today. I didn't have a chance to forward it to you, LZ, but the very first paragraph calls out that Brady was there. You think you might want to include footage of him like opening a pack with his rookie card in it.
Sure. Right. We made them a collaborator. Too.
Like that wouldn't
Like
have
they could've been.
happened
No.
if not for Michael Rubin and us kind of being at the party and like deciding to do that.
Yeah.
And that's really good content for the hobby. That's what the National is all
It was
about.
a feel-good moment, Nick. You had like a charity trying to raise money for charity and all that. Like,
I mean, it's not that
some-
I don't need the National for views or clicks or anything like that. That's for sure. We don't. But
Right.
that was the whole point of us having media passes, right? Is to like, we knew we could make moments like that happen.
Correct.
You know, we're not just like ham and eggers, you know, to use an 80s wrestling phrase. Like, we can get the president of PSA to do a cool video with us. We can get Tom Brady and Michael Rubin to do videos with us. You may want to like plan with us a little better. That's all I got to say, you know?
Yeah, as opposed to, and this isn't even from us. There were some comments on the reel you did about Ray Schulte of people calling out the fact that there were a lot of people that had media passes that completely abused it and never did anything with it, and probably shouldn't have had media passes to begin with.
Yeah. Did they get Tom Brady on stage opening a pack? Did they like rip it? I mean, it's everybody does different things. That's actually not fair because like all content creators are different, right? Like we all fill different shoes. You know, we're podcasters and YouTubers, and we're a little different than you know, Dustin the sports card dad. He's different. You know, he does monologues. That's his thing. So yeah, it was interesting. That I don't know. I just hope they change it next year. I don't know. We'll see if they even give me a media pass. You're probably good, but we'll find out next year. I recommend they do.
We certainly want to work with them next year.
Yeah.
So let's just use this as a learning moment, right?
Reach out to us.
Yeah, they tried
Communicate with
something
us.
different. You know.
And I'm sorry for saying the words I snuck into the National. I didn't really sneak into the National.
Whoa. Did you just apologize, Nick?
I don't do that often.
Wow. Wow. The National, that's a big deal right
I'm a
there.
changing per. I'm
You got
changing.
the
Everything's
Boston
changing.
Cod Hunter.
Boston Cod
You know,
Hunter has changed. Everything's
he
changing, man.
has.
The
He has.
time we got
He
to cue
went on a
that Bob Dylan
walkabout.
song if it wasn't copyrighted.
Yeah, you took your vacation. We had Alex pitch hit for you. You took a vacation, and
Right.
now you're
Um,
ready to go.
what do we got? Now we want to
Um,
end with like the positives, right?
yeah, let's talk quickly about the positives overall of the National. You can go first. What were some positives that really stood out to you?
I did not expect it to be as bombing as it was. You know, you see a lot of negative stuff about sports cards, this and that and the other thing, and it's like I ran just in the hotel like lobby, like, hey, what are you here for? I'm like, sports card show. Yeah, it's my first time. I
Mm,
got like, I don't know, 2 dozen of those.
mm,
And then you just look out, it's like there's a line just to get into like the lobby, which isn't even the show.
right.
So for me, and then the stats prove it. The stats, it's up 20, it was up not 20, it was up double digits over last year, which was up double digits the year before. So it's becoming bigger. I mean, I don't know.
That was huge.
Yeah, it's becoming bigger. They added footprint space. So I think that was cool. I think the convenience of the National is unparalleled. The equivalent of this would have taken a week, and I'm like
Hmm.
biting my nails. I'm biting my fingers off,
Yeah.
worried about this card for a week. Maybe if I'm lucky, maybe 2 weeks.
Hmm.
At the National, I got this done in 4 hours. So like you
Right.
can't do that anywhere else.
No, you
That's not
can't.
possible. And then I didn't have time for it, but the autographs are awesome. You just got like it's like 10 card shows worth of autographs in one place.
Hmm.
And lastly, just meeting people, like meeting fans of the show, meeting people that I've never seen before, like Rob from Burbank
Yeah,
Sports
to be able
Cards,
to
right?
shake their hands, right?
So that was fun
Yeah.
for me. And it was a good time.
Yeah.
And the cards, it's cool seeing
Mhm.
you see like interesting cards there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I did a reel a couple days ago around just the positivity, and I got a lot of positivity out of this year's National. I really did, Nick. I it was a really good time just to like meet like-minded people, right? I got to meet hobbyists. I picked the brains of like tons of like business people, right? Because we were talking to sponsors. I was talking to other startups. We have friends in this industry who are doing startups too, and it was just great to just catch up with everybody and just kind of have that moment of like these are my people, right? And this is my week to kind of catch up with everybody.
Yeah.
That was just great. Being able to take my son and have him experience this and have him also talk to these business people and some entrepreneurs and pick their brains and that was incredible. We went down to trade night and he was honing his sales skills and his
I wish I could
negotiating
shout out
skills.
there's two particular people, who you are,
Mhm.
very tall people that
They both are very tall.
I won't say where they're from or who they are or whatever, but
No.
you know who you are if you're listening. Um, his son was practicing on what to say to you. He was very
Uh-huh.
excited to talk to you.
Mhm.
When he left the party, that's all he could talk about was him talking to you guys. So you made his day, and
And
it
I
was fun.
and I actually want to thank those people as well because my son has a follow-up meeting with one of those individuals
Yeah.
in a week.
Two tall,
So-
smart business people.
That's right.
That's all we'll
right.
say.
That's right. Right. So but Nick, it's that type of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like I think you can get whatever you want out of the National. If you just want to go and buy cards and get the heck out, you can do that. If you want to like really like be part of this community and meet people and meet people, right? Like our Australian buddy came, right?
Love that guy.
There was a guy from
I can't wait
London.
for those macadamia nuts, man.
Yeah, they're coming, man. They're coming.
One of those is like 100 calories. It's the best.
There's a guy from London, like you said. There was another fan from Germany who came. Like this. It's just great, Nick. It was just a great time. So those are some of the positives. It should be every year in Chicago, Nick.
Yeah.
How many hotels are around the area? Like a dozen, like in walking distance.
You know what was cool? I couldn't figure it out until like the second day,
Yeah.
but the Skywalk thing was kind of cool.
Oh, you didn't use it the first day?
No, I
Oh.
literally lugged a suitcase. I just got dropped off in the Uber, and it was
Oh,
like
that's different.
95
Yeah,
out.
no, that's different.
And then I'm like, what? I could see it, but
Yeah.
I also could see the show, and I just went to
Mhm.
the show with everything. But yeah, no, once I figured it out, it was awesome. And it's connected in this like metroplex. The only place like that I can think of, well, it's two. Vegas and Disney has kind of a setup like that too. Um,
It's night and day from last year, Nick. When it was at Cleveland, there was nothing near Cleveland.
it's just a
like
box. Yeah.
the closest hotel I think was like 2 miles away from the facility. But here, you parked, you put your bags in the hotel, and you're all walking. So, love the location. I know it's going to be in Detroit in 2028, but bring it back to Chicago in 2029. Seriously, unless Detroit blows us away. But yeah, those are just some positives.
Cool.
So
Yeah, I mean, I'm good. It was a good show. I got what I wanted out of it for sure. I think, we had a good time with it and everything. It was a zoo. It was crazy.
yeah.
But yeah, I was on the floor without a mask on at some times. It was pretty weird for me. I'm not usually
Hey
in
Nick,
crowded stuff.
did anybody pick a fight with you on the
Not
floor?
one person, man. I find
Oh,
it
that's
so
interesting.
funny. I was on the floor for 2 full days. All you tough guys,
Mm-hmm.
every one of you, 2 days, no bodyguard, chilling. I had my hat on. You knew who I was.
Yep.
I got a couple looks, maybe like, oh, who's that? Most people just came up and said, "What's up?" No one picked a fight with me. You're all little pathetic keyboard warriors with nothing better to do but to hate on other people. So
Yeah. I mean, that's
good
what.
stuff.
Yeah. That's what most of the trolls are on.
I love
On
them.
the
I
on
love
the
them all.
socials.
I love the trolls too because they also give me views and
Yeah,
clicks.
they
Right?
they make the world go round, Nick.
Yeah,
Right.
we all need a troll in our lives.
That's right. That's right. All right, let's get to question of the day. And I got one. This is like it just came to me
All
a
right.
minute ago. All right. When you travel on planes, so you're thinking about leaving, going home from Chicago, all right? What is your go-to meal or snack on a plane?
My go-to meal or snack on a plane. It used to be peanut M&Ms.
Okay.
But I don't do dairy much anymore. So unfortunately, they have dairy in it. So, oh man, I don't fly much. This is my second flight in 2 years.
Whoa.
So I'm just gonna think like what I know for you.
What did you used to do then? What was the use? What did it used to be?
Peanut M&Ms.
Peanut M&Ms.
Yeah, those are just,
Okay.
that was my jam. I would just
All right.
suck a bag of those down, whatever, and maybe jerky or something like that. It was always
Yeah.
peanut M&Ms, dude, because they last
Okay.
and they're good.
Yep. All right. All right. I'm going heavier. Usually I try to time it. Usually my flights are like a bit longer. I don't usually do like a 1 or 2 hour flight. Usually it's like a 5 or 6 hour flight. So I'm usually like in the middle of one of the big meals of the day. So I am really good now at like timing when I'm about to board. And let's call it a half an hour before that, I'm going and I'm getting like some sort of burrito bowl. There's got to be some like rice and chicken and vegetables. And I make sure it's warm and it's good to go. And it probably pisses the hell out of the person sitting next to me that I'm eating a burrito bowl. But yeah, I'll usually
I'm
bring a
actually
heavy meal.
considerate, man. I have my lunch is pretty planned out. I'm like, I got a crazy diet. I rip
Yeah.
a pack of tuna for lunch, and I went to do it on the way there.
On
and
the
I'm like-
plane? On
Yeah,
the
and
plane.
I went to do it.
Oh.
I stopped. I stopped
Oh,
myself. I'm
boy.
like, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
tuna.
do this to the passengers.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna do it. So I had a couple sticks of jerky instead. It
That's a
didn't
whole
work.
nother level, man.
Could you imagine? You
Oh,
could find a way to heat it up too. Put it in the microwave.
man. Excuse me.
Put some cheese on it. Some microwave. Oh,
Excuse
man.
me, Delta. Could you just throw this in the microwave for me?
Man, my
Please.
flight back, dude, just real quick. That was brutal, dude. I should have just stayed. I would have stayed for the Brady thing because I
Yeah.
think it was 8 hours in the airport, and the captain said he gets on. He's like, "We got here at 12:30. I took a nap. You guys may have seen some things on TV today. Buckle up." And I'm like, "Come on, dude,
What?
really?"
That's what he said.
Yeah. I'm like, "Come on, man." I think he was just like in a mood, but he was like a guy like he was in his 50s, so I felt comfortable. You know, like
Yeah,
like
like
he's
a
calling complaints.
grizzled pilot.
Yeah,
he-
and
he's seen some things.
it was probably I was a consultant. I used to fly 3 times a week for like years.
Yeah.
Top 5 bumpy flights of my life. I thought the air
Really?
mask was going to come down at one point.
Wow.
It was a roller coaster for
Oh,
the
you
last
didn't
like
tell me
45.
that.
Yeah, it was
Jeez.
fun. I've been desensitized, thank God, from all the travel I've done in my past. But everybody else is freaking out, man. I was
Well,
listening,
you
I was
made- you
listening to
made it
Riders
safe.
on the Storm and having a good time.
Oh, were you?
Of course I
Oh
did.
my,
man.
Nick. All right, you were listening to Riders on the Storm. All right, that's hilarious. We're sitting in our seat, and Tyler, my son, bumps me. He gives me an elbow to the ribs, and he said, "Dad," he goes, "Look at that guy 2 seats over. He's watching a 9/11 documentary on a plane." And I'm like, "What?" I look over. It was that that like Netflix catching Osama bin Laden documentary that came out like 2
No,
months
you don't
ago?
do that. You just don't
I'm
do
like,
that.
what are we doing?
What are you trying to, like?
What are you doing?
That's just bad.
Serious? This bad juju. It's bad mojo. Whatever you want to call it.
Jeez, man. That's
Yeah.
like watching a
Yeah.
car wreck while you're driving a car. Like, okay, yeah. That guy needs to he needs to check in somewhere.
He does need to. He definitely does.
All right.
All right. Let's land this plane. How did that go, Nick? That was good, wasn't it? Let's land this plane, Nick. Let's land it.
Bazinga.
All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.